Hello, 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 and good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Tyrus Tillman Show. I am, of course, your host, Tyrus Tillman, and I am going to be joined by our sheriff, our Richmond County Sheriff, Gino Brantley, Eugene Gino Brantley. And so he's going to have some special guests along with him, some friends. So he's bringing along some folks that we can chat with tonight. So we're going to have an awesome night tonight. Just kind of kick back, enjoy the evening, join in on the conversation and the discussion, of course, and we're going to have a good time. So, of course, if you're tapping in, I want you to say hello, 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 so that I know that you're here with us. Make sure that you also take a quick moment to share this live video with your friends, with your family, Tito and them, and carrying on. We clearly have some cooler weather that has kind of crept in and knocked some of us off of our damn feet. I don't know what's going on, but I think next week we'll be back in fall. I don't know just yet. But how are y'all managing out there with this cooler, cold weather? Y'all joining in? Keep it together when you do this. All right, Wesley. If you're tuning in, let me hear you. Say hello. Say something. Don't just walk in folk living room and not say nothing. Make sure you share the video. It's absolutely free. I promise it won't cost you any extra data than you're already using. And make sure that you let me know when you tap in. All right, so we're going to get started here in just a few moments. Waiting for a couple of more of our special guests to arrive. So as soon as they pop into the green room, into the waiting room, I will bring them up and we will get started. Who do we have popping in tonight? I can't really see everybody that's tuned in, but I can definitely see comments when you post those. So let me know that you're here. And if you have any particular questions, topics, all that good stuff, go ahead and get those prepared. And we will make sure that we get those up on screen. I'm telling y'all, I'm starting to look like a struggling man. I don't want y'all to think them churn tearing up my nerves that bad, but I need a retwist real bad. I mean, I'm starting to look real basic around the edges and carrying on. Bobby, what's going on, brother? I was watching y'all live last night, and it was quite interesting. Some of the comments I was looking at, I said, you know what? We got a lot of uninformed people around here that's raggedy in the mouth and the face, and now I see why. They don't got no, they don't have a my chart. They ain't keeping up. They're not keeping up with their health. They don't know what's going on. Cleo. All right, so we're just waiting for the sheriff and his friends to gather together, and we're gonna get them up on stage just as soon as they tap in. So we're just a little delayed tonight. I see Monica Williams is joining in. What's up, Monica? Good to see you. It looks like the shutdown is almost over, so you'll be made whole soon. Hopefully, I hope that they give y'all back pay, all of you federal workers and employees, and I hope that everybody quickly get the rest of their SNAP benefits. Walmart been looking mighty bare. So we definitely need to get folks their food stamps. It's too close to Thanksgiving to be playing with folks' food stamps. I like this stream, y'all. It gets to show you all kinds of stuff. I'm in the big studio, not the little one. Selena Soul is in the building. Hey, Tyrus, love your show. Thank you so much. I absolutely appreciate you. You are such a legend, not just in our community. And so to have your blessing and excitement when you jump in. I absolutely count it a privilege and an honor, ma'am. Thank you so much. I absolutely appreciate you, and I'm so glad to see you. Crystal Foster said, praying for Douglas Foster. He is in the ICU. I pray that all is well with him and that he gets well soon. So sorry to hear that your husband is in the ICU. All right. So again, thank y'all so much for tuning in to the Tyra Silman Show. Y'all know it's been so long since I've been consistently live, and so over the past couple of weeks, I've been able to interview a couple of legends and entertainers and so forth. Lenny Williams, Shirley Murdoch. Tomorrow night, I'm interviewing Karan Joseph Riley from the hit show on BET, The Hamptons. All of them are going to be right here in Augusta, Georgia on November 23rd at the Bell Auditorium for the hit stage play, When a Woman's Fed Up. Hot damn! So I am super excited for that to come to the Garden City and to be a part of that. Make sure if you hadn't already, check out Ticketmaster and get your tickets. Get your tickets. They are going fast, and you want to make sure you get some good seats so I can see you real live and in color. Monica, thank you so much. I'm proud of you. We have all come such a very long way since the halls of Butler High School. You need to have me on there. You know I'm a legend. Okay, and R. Shamika Gilead, hello, and thank you for tuning in. I miss prank calls. It's time for my prank calls, my prank calls. Time for my prank calls, my prank calls. Time for my prank calls. Yeah. I don't know. I might need to crank up prank calls over the next couple of weeks. I slick miss prank calls too, but the issue that I ran into was that folks, it became so popular that soon as I would call somebody, they would just die laughing, and they knew that it was me. Dorothy Shanks, hello, good evening, and thanks so much for tuning in. Y'all make sure that you share the live. We're moments away from having our very own sheriff, Eugene Gino Brantley. He's being joined with some special friends and guests tonight. And so we're going to have a good high time. Dorothy Shanks, I'm so glad to see you, dear heart. Y'all make sure again that you share the live. If there's any questions, topics, concerns, all that good stuff, kudos, whatever you have for the sheriff tonight, make sure that you prepare those. We want to make sure that we give everybody an opportunity to participate tonight. We want it to be an interactive session. That means that you participate. For those of you who didn't take time to get your GED, or I don't know. Hey, Chandrina Manson, hello. Charlotte, hello. How are you? Good evening. Thank you so much again for tuning into the Tyra Silman Show. Back live again, week after week. Y'all missed me. Y'all know the last 2 years I've been raising babies, y'all. I mean, 5 years ago, you could not have asked me, if I saw myself being a parent in the near future, because it would have been absolutely hell no. But look at me today with a 2-year-old and a soon-to-be 1-year-old. Oh, my God. Tyra's got kids with an S. That shit blows my mind every time I think about Coochie. I'd be like, Well, I'm lying because I still will, but I'm just saying. Sounded right. He's a pappy now and is. A real dada. And I am loving every moment of it. Absolutely loving every moment of it. Those little girls, they bring me so much joy. So much is going on right here in Augusta too. Y'all know we got a lot of work to do. We need to get more involved, and we need to stay involved, especially the younger generation that's coming up and learning about politics and community affairs and how things directly impact and affect them. We need to do a better job of getting folk informed. So getting the information out there, the right information out there, and getting people involved, making it attractive for folks to get involved and stay involved. That is absolutely a goal of mine, to be more of a voice to kind of get folk into the right place to get the right information and hear the right news from us, by us, through us. So we definitely need to do more of that. Charlotte, you got some hoe cakes. Y'all, she be cooking hoe cakes, and then she'll send me a picture of it to show me at work, a picture of what she had, but ain't never bought me now. That's fake. I really just had that really just triggered me and just pissed me off a little bit. I mean, it really just pissed me off a little bit. Now I'm upset. Sure. Bring me a Percocet. Bring me a Percocet. And my flip-flops. Bring me my flip-flops. Fontel Norman, hello and good evening, and thanks so much for tuning in. So glad to have you. Monica said that part, I stand with you from ATL. ATL, ho. ATL, ho. Well, Monica, don't be up there acting all brand new. I hope you up there telling people you from Augusta and not telling them that you from Atlanta, because don't do that. I'm gonna damn find out. Charlotte, the next time you make some hoe cakes, I'm gonna damn need some. I just want you to understand that I'm gonna be very upset if I don't get them, okay? Please, bam, govern yourself accordingly. Damn it. And I meant it. Y'all, it's coming up on Thanksgiving. Who's hosting Thanksgiving? If you're not hosting Thanksgiving, where are you going? If you're not hosting Thanksgiving, if you don't know how to cook, but you're hosting it at your house, you're hosting Thanksgiving dinner at your house, let me know that too. Because not everybody that be hosting Thanksgiving can actually cook. And that's cool as long as you ain't trying to ruin Thanksgiving by trying to try recipes and look at TikTok and try shit for the first time and everybody coming over to your house and carrying on. No, we ain't doing that. We done with that. That was during COVID. You can figure some shit out and have virtual dinners. And you know I rep AU Augusta till death, period. Fontel said to my dad's, okay, daddy's hosting Thanksgiving. Is that where y'all always go? Who cooking? You cooking something? What you cooking? Or do they ask you to bring the cups and plates and forks? Because that's an indication that kids in college, so I'll be alone. Oh, well, I tell you what, I'm hosting Thanksgiving at my house this year for the second year. So my parents and family will all be over. Of course, anybody who is just needing a place to go, you are absolutely welcome to come. As long as you don't have roaches, you don't have bed bugs, anything like that that you can kind of leave behind. If so, I'll just be more than happy to send out plates. Yeah, I can do that because I got kids, and so I can't risk bed bugs or roaches and stuff like that. I don't want none of those problems. We're not going to be your science project for Thanksgiving. Absolutely not. Ain't no damn way. Ain't no way in Chile hell I'm gonna let somebody play around with Thanksgiving dinner, and it done took me a whole 12 months to get to it again. Oh, hell no. No. Shit no. Christine Howard, good evening. So glad to have you tuning in. Y'all make sure that you share the live. I'm gonna jump out for just a quick moment to take a call from the sheriff. All right, so we are ready to roll. We have Sheriff Eugene Gino Brantley along with some special friends, and we're going to jump right in and go ahead and get them on stage. I know that you all have been patient, and we absolutely appreciate you doing so. But we're going to go ahead and get things kicked off. Fontel said this will be the first year I don't host in about 15 or 20 years. I'm bringing the dressing and mac and cheese. Now, if your family trusts your ass to bring dressing and mac and cheese to Thanksgiving dinner, that means you can cook for real. All right, so without further delay, I'm going to bring up our special guest for tonight. We have, again, Sheriff Eugene Brantley, and he has some special friends with us. Okay, not y'all in the conference room.
Yeah, man, we're trying to do it right, man.
PJ, stay away from the paperwork.
What's going on?
Good to see you, my brother. All right, so Sheriff, we don't need a full introduction for you. We absolutely know who you are, and thank you again for joining us again on the Tyrus Tillman Show. We had you about 2 weeks ago. We had a great discussion and great conversation, and so we're absolutely glad to have you back, sir. So I'll give you an opportunity to let me and the audience know who's joining you tonight.
Okay, so of course, PJ Ware, the owner of Kitchen Kings, needs no introduction here.
Kitchen King.
Kitchen Kings, the best food in the South in our area. And we have Elijah Johnson, who's a store manager at Walmart on Deansbridge Road. So delighted to be here and just see what we can bring to the chat tonight.
All right. Well, we're absolutely glad to have you both gentlemen join us tonight. PJ, we absolutely we love everything about Kitchen Kings and Nata Sweet Treats. So if y'all looking for your seafood boils, if you're looking for your oxtail boils, your chicken wing boils, or just a little nice little shout that's at the bar by herself, yeah, check out Kitchen Kings. And then we have Walmart, Deansbridge Road, the store manager, Elijah. What was his last name? I know we call him EJ, right?
All right, Elijah Johnson.
Mr. Johnson, welcome aboard to the Tyrus Tillman Show. How you doing, sir?
Hey, appreciate it. Glad to be here.
All right. Well, we're glad to have you. I'm glad that y'all specified Deansbridge Road and not Riceboro Road, because the sheriff been getting his workout in over at Riceboro Road. He been running folks down and tackling them. They say some lady snatched a buggy from him or something, and he went chasing behind her. I was like, "Well, dog." All right, so Sheriff, tell us what's going on with these brothers. Who are they to you? What's been going on? How do you know them? And what's been going on with y'all?
So lately, just trying to bring awareness, spark interest, learn from each other, grow from each other, and so I met PJ for a long time, and you're talking back in Tinted Windows days. PJ used to be one of the ones up there putting your hood up and
throwing up your set.
Yeah, fighting in the club and stuff. But as he got older, I was still working the clubs, and we would have conversations. And I remember the first time I met him, he was working at Sultry Sounds. He was cooking at Sultry Sounds, like doing lunch. And I went in there and ate some of the food. And I'm like, man, this here is cool. So I started to tell some of my other friends, and we would go down there doing lunch when I was still on the streets. And so we just kind of formed a relationship, a bond. And then with EJ, ran into him one night working downtown. And he had, situation going on, and just asked, if I could help. We began to talk. He told me he worked at Walmart. He was a manager. I found out he was 30 years old, and he's a store manager. So I'm like, man.
Oh, wow.
This is, he has to be quite a guy to be 30 years old and running a multi-million-dollar operation right here in our city at 30. And so typically, we tend to judge people based on appearance, and we don't really, a lot of times, give them an opportunity to get to know them,
right,
for the most part. And so we met one Friday night, I think it was last week. I ran into him at the Foodies Festival on Sunday. We engaged in another conversation, and I told him, I said, man, I'm gonna pull up on you now. And he was like, yeah, okay. And so he told me when he came to work, and I pulled up. He was walking into work as I was getting out of the car. So we both basically just walked in together, and I shadowed him for about 30 minutes, just seeing his interaction with his people, his attention to detail, him wanting to come in and know like what the store was looking like, what condition the store was in. He immediately went and started talking about, we got to prepare for Black Friday. He started to pick up things that he saw was out of place. Like a piece of paper here, a display. And then I'm walking around, he picking up stuff. I'm seeing stuff that's out of place, and I'm picking up stuff too.
Yeah, you ain't want to be out of place, ain't it? Like, oh, you too good to pick up some shit off the floor?
Right. And so, just seeing that was contagious in how he interacted with his people. And he got on one about not having a name tag. And so some of the things that I typically have to do when something is out of place, I just kind of saw in him. And so I just learned a lot from just those 30 minutes of being around him. Like,
wow.
When I saw him in his work environment, I didn't see that side of him when I met him on Friday and on Sunday.
Right.
But he's mature beyond years, man. And, you're never too old to learn.
That's right.
So that's how I met EJ.
I love it. You mentioned PJ and Sultry Sounds. I remember the very first time I probably had some food from you, PJ, was as you called it, the trap. When you was slanging plates out, I mean, it could be midnight, and I would catch that urge to have me something from Kitchen Kings, and I would go downtown and pull up on them. And then he got to Sultry Sounds. I would go over on lunch and stuff. So yeah, definitely been enjoying that food for a long time, and I'm absolutely proud of all of your success, sir. I mean, you've been moving and grooving ever since. You ain't letting up.
I appreciate it, brother. Appreciate your support.
Absolutely.
Since back then, I appreciate you. You know what I mean?
Absolutely, absolutely. And then EJ, 30 years old, manager of Walmart. I mean, that's huge all by itself. But to also have so many people that look up to you already, I'm sure throughout your story, little do most people know, I actually worked for Walmart for about 5 years, and I actually started at 1293 over at Deans Ridge Road. So I'm old school Walmart, about 20 years ago, actually, because I'm just a little older. But way back in like 2005, I believe I started back there with Corey Myers was my store manager back then. So I know just how massive that store is, and just the revenue that y'all bring in. So for you to be 30 years old, that's wild. Congratulations to you and all of your success as well. But I gotta know, Sheriff Brantley told us, Gino said the other day, he was pulling up on you, you getting out the car, y'all walking in at the same time. What you think all of your employees thought when you came walking in with the sheriff?
I don't know what they was thinking, but they sure was asking, what are you doing here? What's going on?
Folks be ready to be messy.
That's it. Hey, you know how it goes, man. They was happy to see him, though. They was happy he came through.
Yeah, he's something like a superstar around here. So, seeing him come in with their manager, I'm sure was also a little treat as well. But tell me about what it was like meeting the sheriff, having the initial conversation, and then over the past couple of days, being able to, it looks like stay in conversation with them, because it looks like y'all went to a game. Well, the other night, what was that, last night? Yeah, so what has it been like meeting him and kind of having these conversations with him?
Yeah, we had a conversation about, a little situation that was going on, and, he handled it, diplomatically. I kind of had some issues about what's going on, and he told me, we're going to figure out what's going on, and we're going to kind of work everything out together. So he's a leader for sure. But just, after the situation, him still trying to, reach out to me and mentor me, telling me how I need to move and the type of person that I need to be because of how people look at me. It was really what I needed, because it showed me that I'm not only just, representing myself, I'm representing my company, I'm representing, my generation. So it's just, it's good to have somebody around me like that that's kind of opening my eyes to who I am, So it's been
absolutely. Yeah, me and Gino were talking earlier, about the importance of kind of building those relationships, networking, getting to, know people that may not always share the same viewpoint that we do. How important has that been for you in your journey, especially in managerial and in working in management, in retail and so forth? Like, how important has creating those relationships been for you?
I mean, it makes life easy if you know the people that need to get you to where you need to go, to make it easier for you. That's really what it's all about. If we all come together and we got the same goal, we can get anything done. So just like my team, we got to be on the same page. I tell them all the time, if we don't align on my vision, like even when I was moving up, coach, store lead, whatever I was doing, I was always aligned with what my leader wanted. I seen everything through their eyes. So if we can all kind of see through the same lens, we can achieve the same goals. So that's
absolutely
pretty what we're talking about, just kind of seeing things through the same lens.
30 years old.
I love it. I hear exactly what you were talking about, Gino. It makes perfect sense. So I'm seeing it in action.
Right.
I love it. PJ, let's talk about you and the sheriff's relationship. I know a couple of times the sheriff has been to your restaurant, hung out with you. You've been to a couple of events together and so forth. And a lot of what you've shared with us about your past and so forth. What does it feel like coming from where you've come from, the background, your experiences, and so forth, and being able to have this type of bond and relationship with the sheriff of Augusta?
Well, that feel good, to know him before he became sheriff, and our relationship before the end was like, cops and robbers, you know what I mean? But, I grew.
Now, who was the cop?
Hey, but at the time, though, it was like, coming from where I come from, selling drugs, being in the streets, like, and to now, full circle to have like someone like the sheriff proud of me, like knowing like where I came from, where I done been through with him, you know what I'm saying, or with other officers, you know what I'm saying? It just it feel good just to have powerful leaders like proud of me, you know what I'm saying? Like change and turn everything around.
Yeah. Gino, tell me about what it's like to create these type of bonds and relationships with people that you've seen at different, stages of their life, and coming from different walks of life and so forth. What does that mean for you to create and continue those type of bonds?
For me, is moving. I feel blessed just to be in the position I'm in, to be able to pour into our youth and to see how much we can do together, how many people we can inspire. I made a post on yesterday. Was it yesterday or the day before yesterday?
The first one was the day.
It was Monday. I made a post on Monday, and if you looked at the streamline or whatever it says in regards to the post, the numbers, it was like 280,000 views. And I was like, man. And so he was like, man, you famous. I'm like, it ain't me. I'm like, I post things all the time.
They ain't coming to see me like that. I look at the numbers.
It's the collaboration between me and him. Someone that's people view as, being high, upper echelon, and then someone that's 30 years old, black male, just doing what he do. And so just being able to meet him, in his own space and just interact with people I think it's special. And I'm enjoying it, man. Just being able to learn from him and try to help inspire him to continue to grow, because I'm on Facebook, I read, I look at the messages, and people are proud of the person. When I see his mom, was like, man, that's my son. Or his sister,
not your mama popped out like, that's my baby. Your mama saw you.
It's always important for me to let him know, man, people respect you. People look to you. And one older lady said, man, that was the best supervisor I've ever had. And he's just 30. So I think that says a lot. And so I'm honored to be in the presence of really of him and PJ. PJ has done some great things, and just trying to show people like you can hustle, but hustle this way. You know what I'm saying? Like hustle the right way. And he actually like, man, how did you work all them clubs you used to work? And I told him, man, it was just, man, I had kids I had to take care of and provide for. So I just did what was necessary.
And Tyler, think about it, Tyler, like since 10 to Windows, like we're teams, like he done been at every club, we done been at 10 to Windows, Cream, Oak, you know what I'm saying? Like
so you legit grew up around them.
Definitely, for real. Like all of them. That's why I think we get so much respect, and we done been around them. Like everybody, like everybody got a story. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Some of them good, a lot of them bad.
I don't have no bad stories except for when I got pulled over a couple of months ago, but we ain't gonna talk about that. But PJ, you bring up a great point, about growing up, right here in Augusta, in the projects, and so forth as well. And you made a post, I think it was maybe a week or so ago, and you were saying that like if you're gonna be out here hustling and dope boy and so forth, and put that into some real businesses and kind of make your money the legit way. Can you talk about that? Like, what were you trying to get across to folks?
Really, like, because we already be having fun. Like, it don't even take that much to start a business. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
And just to the dope boys, like everything that you acquire from selling the dope, you're gonna lose it. You know what I'm saying? And everything that I wanted when I was selling dope, I ain't getting it until I got on this side. You know what I mean?
Right.
So whatever you aim, whatever your goal is, you is not gonna get it. I promise you. And if you do, you ain't gonna keep it long. You see what I'm saying?
Right. Right.
So you have to just start your little business. You see what I'm saying? It don't take much.
Right.
Because it take more knowledge than money. You see what I'm saying? learn a business, learn everything about a business. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You want people to know that you can't just start a business. You got to learn everything about a business. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
when you share, no, sorry, go ahead.
Like they can take that money and invest it. You know what I'm saying? Like take baby steps. You see what I'm saying? I ain't saying like just quit selling dope. No, but get away from it.
Wait a minute, Sheriff. Man,
you know what I'm saying?
Hey, I saw Gino's shoulder twitch. I said, "Oh hell!"
You see what I'm saying? No, but
I feel you.
Can't just say like, "Oh, tomorrow I ain't gonna do." Like, no, you know what I mean? You just gotta start somewhere. Though. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Realistically, no one's expecting somebody to just throw all they dope and carrying on and just a light bulb go off and they switch it up. But the more you spit that knowledge and they hear that, what when you share that message or when you talk to the young kids, because you're always out in the community talking to the kids, and EJ, I want to kind of ask you something similar to that. But PJ, when you're out talking to the kids and so forth, do you feel like they're hearing you? Are they listening?
I definitely feel like they're hearing me, but I think it takes. It's a lifelong fight. You see what I'm saying? Like, it ain't just like you see something. Like, I can speak to somebody today, but if I don't see them no more, you know what I'm saying? I can't follow up. I don't know what's going on. You see what I'm saying? We ain't ain't always gonna be that I get through to somebody the first time I talk to them. You see what I'm saying? Sometimes it takes time with a child. You see what I'm saying? I know how. I feel you. I know how a lot of my mentors, the people I looked up to when I was young. When I got in the streets, they gave up on me. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So a lot of these kids now, I just don't want to give up on them. You see what I'm saying? Even if I feel like they ain't listening, I still don't want to give up like they did me. You see what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah. Bobby said, "What's up, PJ?"
What's up, my boy?
All right. So EJ, you talked about being a coach and front end coach and so forth. How long have you been with Walmart?
I've been with Walmart 11 years. I started off as an hourly associate. I just kind of, worked my way up. That's pretty much it. Yeah, about 11 years.
Okay. Did you always have your eyes set on a career with Walmart, or did you just kind of start out just thinking?
Definitely not. I was supposed to go to school to be a lawyer. So I started at Walmart. I was doing dual enrollment in high school. When I got out of high school, started going to school at Augusta Tech because I was just trying to finish up my base classes, and I was gonna eventually transfer over to I want to go to the University of Georgia, so that's why I was planning.
Okay.
To get my law degree. Yeah. So over time, just working at Walmart and still going to school, as I'm getting my credits, I'm talking to different managers. My one of my first store managers, her name's Tawanda. She showed me her bonus, and I ain't gonna go into numbers, but it was
it was nice.
Huh?
It was nice, yeah.
I'm just go 6 figures. I'm leaving it at that. But when I see bonus, it made me realize, like, do I really want to go to school for 8 years to finally get this money and then be in debt and everything else? So I really just started focusing on Walmart and just started moving up, became an assistant manager, then a coach. Then I moved store to store to store, transferring, getting promotions. And then my main mentor right now, his name is Charles. He pulled me over from the Knox Avenue to the Evans Walmart as a store lead. And then, I transferred there and I've been working from store to store from there. And then my marketing manager just gave me a shot when the Dean's Bridge store manager, he left the store. They gave me a shot to run it for a few months. And then, we had it looking pretty decent in there. So they promoted me, in the store in front of everybody. So it's just it's been a nice little journey. Yeah.
Okay. So in your role as a store manager of Walmart, we know that for a lot of young folks, sometimes that's their very first job, right? So you probably have a good number of 18, 19-year-olds. When they come in, what kind of knowledge or, information do you share with them about the opportunities that Walmart has for them and, some of the backgrounds they're coming from?
Oh, a lot of them. I tell them what the dream is. Like, I didn't go to Walmart planning on making what I'm making. I went to Walmart looking for some simple money. So just to, get what I need, get my essentials. And then it just became more than that. And I tell them all the dream. I literally, every young guy that comes through there, and it's not that I just look for younger guys, but I just know the guidance in my life. I didn't have much guidance. So I had to kind of navigate this thing by myself. So if I could kind of help the young people stay off the streets, like I'm at Dean's Bridge. So I'm telling them boys, y'all got to come in here and come to work. Y'all making that fast money and you're going to do slow time. Come make that, that smooth money and it'll work out. And a lot of them become team, like my youngest team leader is 19 years old. His name's Tor. He's 19 years old. Yeah.
Wow.
So I take those young guys and I develop them and I mold them because they got, like PJ said, they got the mentality. They just not using it in the right form. Because if you a dope boy making good money, you could take that, come to Walmart and still come to work and hustle, get you some overtime and make some good money. So I love the younger people out there.
She don't like the hustle word.
I hustled in the club. Like I would go work one club. I would work Mr. J's, leave from Mr. J's, go to Soundtrack, leave Soundtrack, go to Walmart.
Soundtrack.
I told you that, man. It was, I'm getting home at 6:30 in the morning, long days, man. Get some sleep, go do it again next night. Sunday night, I'm at Super C's on
Super C's, Tobacco Road.
I got it all, man. I wanted it all. If they was paying, I was playing.
That's my motto. I'm saying that divorce hearings, bar mitzvahs, whatever. I need to pay. But so, we talked about kind of like some of the dope boys and some of the, younger kids and so forth. But, what do you say to them, Sheriff, when, one of them say, man, I'm too far in the trenches. I'm too far gone. I can't turn this around. Nobody's going to respect me. Nobody's going to listen to me. What do you say to them?
So today, I start my day off every Monday and Wednesday at the jail. So today I walk onto the pod, one of the pods in one of the blocks, and I see a guy that I've known for years. I saw him in the street, try to straighten him out. Used to chase him, lock him up, and I'm like, man, when is this going to get old to you? And I just said, he's like, man, I really can't get into it, and this. But I said, at some point, you can't keep getting out, going to the same environment and expecting something to be different.
Right.
And so, I told him, I said, man, you got to remove yourself from that environment if you intend on growing and staying out of this jail. I said, but you see the light, coming to jail. And so I was just in there checking, making sure the showers and stuff were clean. Some of the things that weren't really like a necessity when I came in as sheriff. I said I wanted to make sure, because a lot of times they'll complain about different stuff and people be like, well, it's jail. You don't like the conditions, stay out of jail. Well, it's my job to make sure that the conditions are, satisfactory and up to par. So from time to time, I'll go out and just listen to them, and I'll run into one of them. And a lot of them, unfortunately, some of them are going to be lifelong attendees of the jail.
They ain't gonna never let up.
They ain't gonna quit. So, but the ones that I'm able to reach, and here's living proof that you got to change your mindset. You got to remove yourself from the environment and who you're around, because somebody told me the other day, they said, man, if you hang around 11 broke people, you're gonna be the 12. If you don't just keep hanging around the same people, you ain't gonna change them. They're gonna change you.
If anything, they're gonna hit that pocket.
Yeah.
That's real. That's real stuff there. PJ, of course, we know, you talked about being incarcerated, you've been locked up before or whatever. What's the biggest misconception about, when folks go to jail a couple of times? Like, do people just automatically throw them away and say, oh yeah, they ain't gonna never change and X, Y, Z. And so you just, kind of lose people, or, what is that like? What does that feel like being on that side, trying to get things together or thinking that, you have it figured out? How do people treat you and look at you like that when you were in that environment?
Well, I always felt like I was a black sheep of my family, you know what I mean? And,
yeah.
I think a lot of my family, like over the years, they expected, they expected me to just keep going back and forth, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And I had to turn it around for them too, you know what I'm saying? Just going to prison and just growing and living on your own, you know what I'm saying? You really ain't got nobody when you're in prison, you know what I'm saying? Out of sight, out of mind.
Yeah. Yeah.
Your mama, my mama, love her to death, for real. That's who gonna beat up, that's who gonna ride for you, but besides that, man, it ain't worth it, for real. real. Like, you know what I mean? I had to really like sit down in there and really like change my life from the inside. You see what I'm saying? Like, I started reading books, and once I started reading all this knowledge and positive, all the negative started flushing up out my brain. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
and that's what I'm trying to teach kids now. Like, you ain't got to go to prison and learn what I learned. You see what I'm saying? Like, you can
Right.
You can do it out here right now. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And once you get
You know, a lot of,
it's over
I'm
with.
sorry. I see a lot of times on like the Gerald Porter, you know, and stuff when folks mugshot get sent out, you know, everybody get to holler, free them. And I always wonder to myself, like this man or this woman go up the road, how many of these same people gonna send them a letter, put some money on their books and so forth? Like the reality of this is, you know, you saying freedom, this, that, the third, but they catch some time and go up the road. That's a lonely road.
Yeah, it is definitely long, and they gonna find out for real. Like, you keep doing what you're doing, like you definitely got a bed for you. Like, I get in trouble right now, they gonna give me that same prison on my head when I was in there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They always got a spot for you. You see what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
but it's always a way though. It's always a better way, and you can make it out. You know what I'm saying? I'm living proof that the streets ain't everything for real. Like, I'm living better than I ever did. You know what I'm saying? When I was in the streets, streets ain't nothing for real. Like, it's
Right.
a waste of time for real. Cause like everything that you done hustled for, you're gonna lose it. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
Well, you definitely.
everything that I wanted when I was selling dope, I got it now on the legit side of things. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
And you ain't got to worry about nobody coming and taking it from you.
none of that for real.
Yeah. EJ, what type of involvement have you been, you know, involved with, let's say, the community or the youth and outreach, or even just the perception of your store and kind of drawing people in to the positivity that you're exuding?
And I'm glad you say that. That's something that me and the sheriff are gonna be working on, kind of trying to touch the youth. I was in North Augusta for a long time. The main reason I went to North Augusta was to kind of get out of Augusta, because a lot of the people in school with, you know, a lot of different things were happening and, you know, fighting, killing. So I was like, you know, I'm gonna just come over here out of the way in North Augusta where it's quiet. And, you know, I just worked over here worked in North Augusta for so long. And then I eventually moved back to Augusta, and that's kind of what I want to do. I haven't had many community events. You know, we kind of do little things where we feed the homeless, or we go to like breast cancer walks and, you know, t-shirt foldings. And that's just general outreach. But when it comes to the youth, I haven't been able to kind of put my foot into what I want to do when it comes to touching the young people. So that's what we're going to be working on, you know, coming soon.
Okay, I love that. You know, again, I used to work at Walmart on Deansbridge, 1293. The perception of your store, right? For many years, they called it the ghetto Walmart, the slum Walmart, X, Y, Z. It's really the only one I go to because I'm from South Augusta. I live in South Augusta, and that's my store. I love to go in there and see people that I worked with 20 years ago and so forth. What has there been a challenge of changing the image of your store, and kind of what does that look like for you?
It was when I first got there. It was all a mind shift change to the customer service. You know, we don't allow rude customer comments, and when we have them, I make sure I address them with the customers when they have them. When they call and leave, you know, bad reviews, I make sure I reach out to those customers personally.
Oh wow.
Yeah, another thing that happened, the fruit and the vegetables were bad, and that's something we're working on. Even if it comes in bad, we're making sure we're cutting through that stuff, making sure we have a good product for the community. When I first got there, they was always working, you know, stocking all throughout the day everywhere. Now you'll see minimal projects through the store to where the customers actually can come in and shop. They can come in, they need without pallets and carts and trash all over the floor. Like we call it the sweeps all the time. And it's a Walmart. It's bound to have trash somewhere. It's bound to have, you know, freight here and freight there. But we do the best we can. And if you point something out to one of my workers, they will swiftly and eagerly take care of it. Because that is a perception that I am changing. It's not something that I'm trying to do. It's something that we are doing. We are, you know, actively changing it. I can't help what goes on around the store. But when you walk into my store, for one, you're going to get what you need. It's going to be fresh. And you're gonna be safe. And the store is a little bit older. I had the little thing on Facebook where they were talking about, the meat was stank on the wall. It was a little bit older, so it went down, but it's not like we're putting out bad meat. So it's little things like that. That one situation to have everybody on Facebook send it to me, Elijah, they talking about the store. And it's the meat wall going down. Like we pulled it off. You got fresh stuff coming in. So it's little stuff like that people don't understand. And we're just changing the perceptions of, like I said, and I let anybody know. People messaging me on Facebook, I have a problem, I'm coming to see you. You're not gonna have a problem. That's what we're shooting for. But if it happens, everybody, they see my picture on the wall. A lot of people know me in that area. They come find me. So we just gotta take the community. That's all.
Hey, Tyrus, and so
Yes, sir.
That's what's so unique about EJ. I'm the same way, man. When people say something on Facebook, I'm looking into it. I want to know if it's true.
Yeah.
If it happened, then we need to fix it. What are we doing? What have we done? So we can fix the problem.
That's right.
And so a lot of what he's saying, I can understand, because taking over this agency, we trying to shift the narrative and change the perception of how we were viewed in the public. It's a huge undertaking. Everybody felt like we wasn't doing this, we wasn't doing that. So I had to come in, try to change the culture and also the mindset of the officers, but it hadn't quite been a year yet, but we're getting there. We're getting better. I think, the public is definitely seeing the hard work. The statistics show the work we're doing. And so we just going to continue down the road. And, if you see one of the officers doing something, by all means, reach out. And we're here to try to fix it, So, it was just like today, somebody was like, hey, I'm trying to get in touch with Sheriff Gino. And so I had 2 or 3 people tag me, and I'm sitting in my office, and I pick up the phone and I go to Messenger, and I just FaceTime them and say, hey, how can I help you? And she was driving. I said, man, look like you're in the car. Pull over and just call me back. But she called me when she got home. But man, I'm here for the public. I want to help. If I can help, I'm gonna help. So, and it don't matter what. I had a young guy reach out to me, want me to help him find a job. I said, man, come up here today. Let's sit down, see if this, what you're interested in, and what I can do to help. And I was talking to EJ last night on the way to the game, and he was like, maybe I can help him. So send him my way. And so it's that type of collaborative effort that gets things done and show people like we can do this. If we can sit around and do it, then others can do the same thing. There are people out there that's willing to help. You just got to be able to make the right connections. And for whatever reason, when I got out the other night and I ran into EJ, and then I just happened to run into him again, and so then I called him again, so every interaction has been positive and just trying to pour into him, but, just listening to him talk, I'm like, man, this guy's
he on to something.
He's sharp. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
A lot sharper than I was when I was 30.
Yeah. Well, that wasn't too long ago for me, but I am definitely closer to 40 than I am 30 now.
Well, I'm 56, so I'm almost twice his age.
I'm not just playing. So listen, you talked about being tagged a couple of weeks ago. I think it was maybe a month or so ago. Somebody tagged you. It was like a police car, I think, parked in like a handicap or something. And you jumped right on that, right?
Absolutely.
So people do tag you, and you literally take that serious and jump right on figuring out what's going on. I was just gonna ask you, like, if that gets aggravating, because people like Latasha Bostic in the comments, she said, "I'm gonna tag Gino every time."
Well, it's all about accountability, man. And when you can't expect the public to go along with what you're doing if they see you doing something you shouldn't be doing. So it's all about accountability. I can't tell people to stop speeding and I'm flying up and down the road, And so at the end of the day, we have to make sure we're doing what we're supposed to do, because police officers get their legitimacy from the public, how you're viewed in the public. If they respect you, then they'll follow you, they'll do what you ask, and you'll have minimal problems. So the other night when I was on the street, And I see some of my officers dealing with people, asking people to go. And then one of the guys just accidentally bumped into me. And I turned around. He's like, "Oh, Rock, what's up, man?" Like, yeah, you've been. And instantly, their whole mood changed because they were familiar with who I was and how I am. And it was automatically like, "Man, we appreciate what you're doing." And
I thought you was about to say he got nervous and damn near shit himself.
no, man, no. But anyway, it's just encouraging to see that, from where I've come, because this was never like a dream of mine.
Right.
But it was just like I just was in the right place, and I kind of got my mind together at the right time to want to do what was necessary to help our community become safe again, and to help get this agency back to being one of the more prominent agencies in the state of Georgia. That's my goal.
I love it. PJ, we were, of course, talking about employment and so forth, and you give a lot of opportunity to young folk that are looking for something different, that want to, get out of the streets and maybe have a, legitimate income and so forth. You've been able to give a couple of people some jobs, right?
Sure.
And what does that mean to you? Like, how important is it to you, to be that resource and outlet for your community?
It feels good, man, just to see them coming to work every day. You know what I mean? Like, I know they all right. They give me a chance to sow seeds in them every day. You know what I'm saying? Make sure they head in the right place every day. You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah.
Like I said, it ain't just like speaking to somebody one day. Like, it take time. Like, it take a relationship. Like, follow-ups. You know what I'm saying? Like, just checking on people. Like, it could just be your family. It could be anybody.
Yeah.
Just check on your people. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
People tell just see how they is. You know what I mean? But everybody ain't all right all the time. You know what I'm saying?
That's real. And EJ, in your position, I'm sorry, go ahead, Gino.
No, I was gonna say, once you get to know your people, when something bothers them, you'll see a mood change and stuff.
Yeah.
With knowing your people.
Yeah, EJ, you're in a position also to, employ a lot of our young folk in our community and so forth. And I love to come in there and see the young folk that got the pants pulled up, they working hard, they're actually in tune with their work and so forth. What does that feel like for you as a manager, especially, being that you're around so many different people from so many different walks of life in your position?
I mean, it feels good, especially being able to kind of, be that example for them. When I first got to the store, I was something to share about the younger guys. They used to come in there with their pants down. First thing I tell them, man, pull your pants up. I don't got no belt. I go buy them a belt, like not even store out my pocket here. Come on here, give them some cash. Go get the belt, bring the chain back. Like it'll be little situations.
Don't
like
forget
that.
to bring my change back.
So yeah, they go get the belt and they'll come the next day. I left my belt again. Look, we're not doing this no more after this, and then it'll be just accountability because at the end of the day, y'all grown. You know what I'm saying? So it's just one of those things that feel good being able to just because I got 3 little brothers, so I try to make sure I take care of them the best way I can, and just meeting all these young kids that don't have that example. I'm blessed to be able to help them. If people look up to me, man, I just look at the people like I'm glad I'm just here to help you. I can be here to help y'all. It feels good for me. I'm more of a giver. Like Christmas time, I don't want nothing. If I can help everybody or give good gifts, that makes me happy. So I'm in a blessed position, and I love it.
I love it, and I think that we have to, all of us really have a duty to let the young folk, the younger generation, those that are coming behind us, see us thriving, right? And let them know that, hey, I didn't get here overnight. I didn't even know that this was going to be the path that I was going to take. And just being a part of the process of kind of letting them see the life that we live and how we live that life. Of course, I work out at Amazon. I work in HR at Amazon. I really hate saying that in public because everybody get to blowing up my inbox. But in my position, in my role, and being able to see so many folks that, again, Amazon may be their very first job. They've never worked anywhere else. They're coming from Jefferson County. They're coming from Burke County, Aiken County, Richmond County, Warren County, McDuffie. Like all of the surrounding areas are coming out to Amazon. And I look at some of these kids, I'm like, y'all have no idea the great benefit and opportunity that Amazon has for them. Free college, get their GED, get their associate's degree, get their bachelor's degree free of charge. But if people aren't seeing people in their community around them that's showing them, hey, this is what I use, then it's really moot, right? And we're only as successful as our community is because this is where we live and thrive. Yeah, I see a lot of people, also saying that Sheriff, the work that you've done with the agency, there was not a lot of trust within, the sheriff's department. Folk didn't think that they had their best interests at heart. And you've done a lot of that work from the inside with your staff that you've, put into place and so forth. That work has definitely been a needed change. But I see that you put a lot of that success on your people, because it sounds like that's where that's coming from, right?
Absolutely. Transparency, being transparent in law enforcement is very important. And so we came in, and when I was out campaigning, I said I was going to be active, approachable, and accessible. And every opportunity I get to meet and mingle and just try to pour into others, some of the things that has been instilled in me is what I try to do. So we have a long way to go, but this is just the beginning of something that we plan on continuing. And like I made a post this morning, and I just said, being champions don't necessarily involve winning all the time. It involves
Right.
losing and learning from those losses, making sure that when something happens, because sometimes in life you're going to stumble and fall. Sometimes
right.
people are going to push you down, but you still have to get back up. Whether you're getting up from stumbling or somebody pushing you down, you still have to get up and figure it out. And so we need to teach our young people, instead of reacting to things, how to respond in a positive way that's going to be conducive to you having a great future going forward. Too many times kids or young adults, things happen, and the first thing they do is they react. They want to grab a pistol. They want to shoot somebody. They want to do this. But they're not thinking about the consequences. So when you respond to something, instead of reacting to it, you put a little more thought into it. So that's been my message, just making sure that the kids understand that they need to put a little more thought and take some time and don't just react, respond to things, and then hopefully you'll get it right.
That's right. Lele said you're one of the best bosses ever. And she said, come on now, preacher, preach. Latasha Bostic, we're going to block her. She said, Gino, accept my friend request because I tell real good. She said she ready to be on payroll.
Yeah.
Sheriff, a couple of weeks ago, you mentioned a program that you're wanting to get started to kind of give the youth something to do, and working with, the brotherhood and the business community and so forth. Re-mention that for us, for those who are just tuning in tonight.
I went to a meeting, and I can't think right now the name of the nonprofit that's doing this, but they are allowing a group of people who have certain challenges. They may be on probation for something. They may have been kicked out of school. They may have a kid. And what they do is they find a company that's willing to let them come in and work, and they will pay for them to work. Just say if PJ hired one of them at his restaurant, this organization will pay for that service. So PJ will pay them, but they'll reimburse PJ for a year. And then after a year, hopefully things will work out and PJ will want to, maybe keep them on. But you get like a free year of free labor. And in exchange for that, you just provide them a workplace. And so those are the kind of things that we need to try to push out and encourage people to get in. And so they can learn a trade, and then they'll learn to make money the right way and have something to fall back on.
I love it. Are there those type of programs that exist already? I know that Walmart has a lot of different programs. EJ, is there anything that some of our community folks and the youth can kind of take advantage of that kind of Walmart has as initiatives already?
Not too many externally. We do have like a special needs program. Like I tell people to come to get my people, leave my assistant. She'll kind of go over the steps that you can do to if you have like a special needs child that they can find a specific role for them. We have what zoners are where they come through and they just
Right.
Nice out. That's typically what we put them on. Sometimes door greeters, just speaking to the customers, checking receipts. But most of our programs are once you get hired. Like we have this program to where we put people through college. We call it Live Better You. So we put kids through college and just anybody in the community. We've been hiring all week. We've been having a lot of people ever since those posts been coming out over the last couple of days, just coming up to the store looking for jobs. And we've been doing interviews like crazy. Like we're not understaffed. We do need holiday help. So we have been doing some extra hiring. So yeah, but once you get into Walmart, that's when we kind of offer the programs.
Right. So y'all are actively hiring, gearing up for peak season, right?
We don't need that many people.
Don't flood your store. He just said, wait a minute.
we might have a couple more spots.
PJ, you got any hiring going on over there?
We always hire. But we always setting up pictures. They come in for the picture.
Okay. All right. Well, we're going to get things. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Sheriff.
We're hiring too now. We're accepting applications. We have some positions available too, but you got to go through the background check and the process. But people don't understand. Like the sheriff's office has 722 employees. Not all of them are police officers.
Right.
We have people in community services, but most of them are certified. We have an intel division. We have someone that handles our social media. And these are like non-law enforcement positions. So we do have positions that if you don't want to be a police officer, you can, apply. I don't know how many of those professional positions that we have open, but we do have some records clerks positions open and things like that. So don't just leave the sheriff's office out. We still
that wasn't my intention, and thank you for correcting me. But I remember back in the day at 401. Yeah, you're right. You had custodians, and there was a little gift shop or something downstairs. I think I remember. I ain't spent much time.
Come in to your left.
Yeah, I remember there was this lady that worked there for years. I always remember because my mama stayed having to go down there. Not for me, but I think I only gave 401 about 2 weeks when I was like 17, 18 years old. But a lot of those positions that you kind of have with your agency don't necessarily require degrees either, right?
No. You just have to have a high school diploma or something equivalent to a diploma. But no, you don't have to have a degree.
Okay, that's good news for people. Latasha is the back. She said, I need an office job, Gino. Tasha, you can't sit down nowhere. But I love the discussion. I love the brotherhood. I love the community engagement and just the partnership that you're building organically. And it's funny to see people from different walks of life sometime, coming together, and it seems like they don't have like-minded interests. But then when you get to talking to them, you realize that they really do. So just to kind of see the three of you all, completely different industries, different walks of life, and so forth. But at the heart of it all is just people. So I'm gonna, as we wrap things up, I want all of you to have an opportunity. Any final messages that you have for people as we kind of kick off and continue these conversations ongoing. We'll start with you, Gino.
So my parting message would be first we're coming up on the holiday season. To make sure if you're shopping, you're shopping in well-lit areas, you're parking in a well-lit area, shop with someone that you may know, try not to go alone, put your valuables and things in the trunk of your car, don't leave your purse out, and just be safe and have a blessed holiday.
Appreciate that. PJ, what you got for us, brother?
Kitchen King. You know what I mean? Open every day on Monday.
What's the number, PJ?
706-524-6416. Hit my
Kitchen
line.
King, shit.
Kitchen King. Shit. Hey. Also, Thanksgiving. We got cake or cake special, pie special. I don't do no turkeys in there. I do seafood Thanksgiving and Christmas. So if y'all want seafood spread or seafood pans or something like that, hit me up on 706-524-6416.
I appreciate that.
One more thing, 1370 Going Highway, Kitchen King Town on Sweet Tree.
Yeah. EJ, what you got for us, brother?
Just come shop at Deansbridge Road. That's all I gotta say. We bringing a good shopping experience. It's changing. We changing the narrative, and I just want people to come see for themselves. Don't hold a rough day against us, but the common it'll be decent days. Just so come shop at 1293 Deansbridge Road.
Yeah, I hear y'all got more cashiers on the register too. They said they about to nix.
My lines never get backed up, sir. Y'all ever see the lines backed up? Black Friday, Christmas, send me a picture. It ain't gonna be long, but yeah.
Okay. Y'all heard it here first on the Tyrus Tillman Show. What you say?
You ready for SBA?
For the SBA? Oh yeah. This is the 5th annual coming up, so I'm bringing it hard.
Oh yeah.
What it's in what? January.
January.
Okay.
Yeah, so nominations are currently open. Anybody in the community, if you're wanting to nominate yourself for your business, your service, definitely go ahead and jump on that right now before the nominations close. Voting will generally start around the end of November, beginning of December. But yeah, January, I believe 26th, 28th, one of them will be the 5th annual SBA's back at the Doubletree again. I know PJ gonna come drip that. I know Gino gonna come drip that. You got your wife something, Gino?
Man, she stay on and stuff, bro. So, but I was gonna suggest why don't y'all do like a best dress for the SBA?
So we do have the red carpet. And Jamie actually and I was just discussing a couple of weeks ago. Kind of offering something like some type of award for for what they wear and so forth. But I mean, I don't know, that'll be kind of steamy because everybody brings it to the SBAs. I mean, that's hard.
Somebody's gonna leave
Everybody fresh,
man. You got people they renting out I ain't gonna say they renting out they designer, but we know PJ going up the road, he gonna get the real deal. But they renting out the the Escalades and so forth, all the black tops, drop tops, everything. They bring it real big for the SBA. So I'm excited about that for year 5.
Oh yeah, definitely.
All right. Well, listen, brothers, I appreciate y'all joining us tonight again on the Tyrus Tillman Show. Thank you all for all that you're doing in the community, for the community, and along with the community. EJ, I'll be by to see y'all sometime this week. I can't stay out of there with these little kids I got. PJ, it's about time for another boil. Gino, I done slowed down. I ain't got no tickets, so I'm doing good, sir.
That's what's up, man.
Gino, I heard you're going to be back out there on them horses pretty soon. I ain't never in my life seen the sheriff's department with horses. Where y'all get them from?
Man, I told you I gotta fix that. I gotta fix that. So,
all right. Well, till next time, we're signing out. Thanks to y'all again for joining us on the Tyrus Tillman Show. Make sure that you share this live, and we'll see y'all next time. Y'all have a good one, brothers.
Yes, sir. You have a blessing, man. Thank you.
Yes, sir.